precisely at that point that we say that the witnesses 1, 2 and 3 thought no better way to document the fruits of their endeavours than to go to the hospital and to make a complaint. Witness 1 could not offer any explanation as to why this was the first time she had visited an emergency surgery upon sustaining a bruise. She's given evidence that she is a Premier League soccer player and nonetheless felt that on this instance it was necessary, given the slight numbness and pain she experienced, to visit a busy emergency ward on the Saturday night after midnight.
Your Honour, the fact of this matter is quite simply, my client has been the subject of a malicious, horrendous allegation that he assaulted his wife of 25 years. The genesis of that allegation comes out of the fact that he had the courage, the strength and the ability to stand up for his daughter who was raped at a young age at the hands of the members of this organisation. He discovers it, he stands up, he speaks out publicly.
And then we have a doctor, Your Honour. We have the one truly objective witness in this case, a highly trained emergency room physician, a person who is trained to note and record the smallest of details, because these details may mean the difference between life or death.
Now, fortunately in this particular case, the defendant has given his version of events. He gave it to the police, honestly and openly, on the evening in question, and he gave it again in court, and he was consistent and he was forthright in saying, the reason I'm having problems with my wife, the reason, and we can see he had a very loud argument and a very open confrontation with his wife on this evening. The reason for the confrontation and the split between him and his wife concerns the mistreatment of his daughter at the hands of the religious sect that they are all members of.
Now, we've discussed earlier your obligations. The obligation of a witness, be you a defendant or simply a witness to a proceedings, is that you must tell the truth. Obviously, if you don't, there are consequences. There are a range of offences, and I don't intend to give you a technical lecture here on what those offences might be. But if you've sworn to tell the truth to the court, and you get into the witness box, and it's discovered you haven't told the truth, then if you're a defendant in that position, you can find yourself in all sorts of trouble, because the magistrate will instantly have no regard for your evidence whatsoever. If you're a witness who tells lies in the witness box, you could find yourself being referred for prosecution. The court has to have integrity in its own proceedings. And if it finds you lying, you can bet your bottom dollar that the court will leave no stone unturned in making sure that you are discovered and that you are probably prosecuted for doing such things. It's important, it is crucial, it is beyond reasonable doubt the most responsible obligation you have to the court and to the society that you live in, that you tell the truth. Failure to do so will result in mistrials, in expense, in difficulties for the person who you thought you were coming to court to give evidence for. It is the cornerstone of our society that courtrooms and what goes on in them should be trusted. If you can't be part of that proceeding, you need to think about your position, because you'll be exposing yourself to prosecution and all kinds of trouble that will flow from that if you're caught telling lies.